The boys are back in town. Even though some complain about the latest season, I like it. I'm an easy man to please. Now, okay, opinions aside, we can all agree that The Boys is a satire on the whole superhero genre, among other things, of course. Now, that's all well and good, but it's easy to make fun of others from a distance. The question is, who would win in a fair fight? Which superhero would win in a fight is an argument as old as time. Now, the shows like The Boys, which clearly take inspiration from the classic characters we all know, only fuel the debates. So, I scoured the internet for answers, and in this video, I wanna take the main supes from The Boys and put them against their original counterparts. Now, some of them are not exact matches, so forgive me for my sins. Also, as a sound producer, I'll talk about this aspect a little bit, okay? I don't want to bore you. We start with Starlight versus Mary Marvel from DC and Dazzler from Marvel. General power is used to control electricity. Starlight can charge herself up from various sources and then release it. She also uses it to fly. One Reddit commenter said that Starlight's admission to the Seven was a marketing tool, with her being this white girl next door with a squeaky clean image that would score points with the Bible Belt audience. And her powers, even in comparison to other supes from the Boys universe, are pretty weak. And okay, get her to the desert or the ocean and she's useless. What I liked is how the audio team made her powers sound different each time she used a different electricity source.
I will burn your eyes out.
I talked about it in my other video on The Boys. It is said that Mary Marvel is as strong as Supergirl in terms of power, while Supergirl is often compared to Superman. So following this logic, it'd be hard for Starlight to damage her significantly. She doesn't control electricity but can control lightning, which is close enough. I'll leave you to comment. Dazzler is considered to be a powerful mutant, although her powers have limits, and she's an entertainer, not a fighter. She's also a bit different because she transforms sound into light and blasts, so not electricity per se.
Thanks, Dazzler.
So what's the verdict? Look, I like Starlight, she's nice, but Mary Marvel would crush her. A-Train versus Flash versus Quicksilver versus Red Rush. So A-Train goes through a character arc in The Boys. His main ability is superhuman speed, but also used injections to beat his rival Shockwave, so it's not like he's the fastest in the universe. Fun fact, the sound production team used actual train sounds to mix and use for his powers. Flash, on the other hand, is crazy powerful because he uses speed force, so kinda like the source of physics causing momentum, inertia and velocity. His body gets energy from the speed force, which allows him to break the limitation of speed. Quicksilver is similar, as he can run at the speed of sound and throw people around like nothing. He's a good contender, but especially in the MCU, he was quite nerfed and just died without fulfilling his potential. Same in X-Men. It was a cool portrayal, I agree, but emo wasted. And I guess we can also add the Red Rush from Invincible. He's kinda a copy of Flash.
I got him.
But there's a moment where he breaks his hands with his force or like his punches, so he's not invincible, and you know, his head explodes. Personally, I think it's between Flash and Quicksilver, but because Quicksilver potential is not yet realized, I say Flash is number one. The Deep versus Aquaman versus Namor. So the Deep is one of my favorite characters, but it is safe to say he's a comedic relief in The Boys.
Why would anyone want to be a big fish in a small pond? There's hardly anywhere to swim.
He's incredibly durable underwater and can breathe through gills, which are actually his weak points.
You are so beautiful to me.
I'm not.
He can speak to water creatures,
Let me get you out of here. Just hang tight.
but we didn't really see any like superhero feats from him, performed by him. I think there is a potential for the Deep there, but for now, he's a bit of a clown. Aquaman is similar in a way that he rules the seas and he's very strong and he holds his ground against Wonder Woman. He's also very manly in the latest movies.
Permission to come aboard.
And an interesting tidbit from the production team is that they didn't want to end up with this sort of cliche, bubbly underwater sounds when they were making Aquaman, so they recorded a variety of different sounds like California coast, whale songs, buckets of water, dry ice, and all of that together made sounds for Aquaman and his adventures. Namor is not a main MCU character, but in Wakanda Forever, we can see his super strength and speed. So he's very powerful and he can fly. So on any other day, I would say Aquaman would win. But because Namor can fly, he has the upper hand, yeah? I mean, we had a scene where Aquaman jumped out of a plane. It wasn't much of a flight, was it? So Namor wins that round. Queen Maeve versus Wonder Woman versus Valkyrie versus War Woman. Queen Maeve, before she was nerfed, was one of the strongest supes trained in both armed and unarmed combat. Like, she was second in command to Homelander, so it shows how powerful she was. Wonder Woman is strong and fast, so she can stop Superman if needed and is good with a sword. And her lasso. Fun fact, the audio team added choral elements to the sound of the lasso when it's glowing, just to add that another subtle presence.
The lasso of Hestia compels you to reveal the truth.
She's also like 5,000 years old, which means lots of experience, plus she figured out how to fly on her own. Valkyrie is another experienced warrior, a member of Odin's special forces, so surely powerful as she can beat Loki, and has a sword and a Pegasus to fly. War Woman was able to punch up Omni-Man and survived multiple hits from him, which means she's also a top-tier hero until, he twists her head. So this is a difficult one, because if it was down to me, it would be Valkyrie and Wonder Woman fighting for the top spot, with ultimately Wonder Woman winning. Homelander versus Superman versus Omni-Man. Okay, the last one, I promise you. So there's a little doubt that Homelander is the most powerful in the universe so far. He's pretty much a copy of DC Superman with similar powers like heat vision, super strength, flight and durability. The sound team had a vision to make his powers sound natural, adding effects like sizzling eggs to the laser eyes sound effect, which is quite funny. Superman is powerful being in addition to genius intelligence, invulnerability and senses, and Omni-Man is also similar in his powers, plus he's highly experienced. He's more like a soldier than a hero. But let's look at the vulnerabilities, right? So Homelander is obviously emotionally unstable, petty and childish.
I'm stronger, I'm smarter, I'm better.
At one point, he's nearly defeated by Butcher, Hugh and Soldier Boy. Superman is invincible until we get kryptonite in the vicinity. Then he's not so confident. And Omni-Man can also be bruised by lower tiered heroes in a fight. So Anthony Starr thinks Homelander would beat Superman. I don't think so, right? Because in a fair fight, Superman would still win, unless the boys or Omni-Man can get their hands on some kryptonite. Okay, so that's what I got for today. Write in the comments if you agree or disagree with the verdicts, because it's difficult to get this right, because especially in The Boys, writers use supes to advance the plot, sometimes making the powers stronger, sometimes nerfing them. But if you like the video, I can make another one when we focus on the lower tiered superheroes. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. See ya.
Nobody can do what I do. I'm the Homelander. I'm the Homelander. I am the Homelander. I'm the Homelander. I'm the Homelander. I'm the Homelander. And I can do whatever the